Danny Kruger.
Thank you very much indeed, Madam Deputy Speaker. It's been humbling and very disquieting listening to the accounts of abuse and hatred and discrimination and, of course, of violence and murder that we've heard this afternoon. And I pay particular tribute to the family of Eddie Gould and their friends, the family of Poppy DV-Waterhouse, who've been in the gallery this afternoon. Ellie was a girl in Wiltshire, a family of Wiltshire people, murdered very young, as was Poppy. And I pay tribute to their campaign for the law to change. And I look forward to the conclusion of the Wade Review, which is looking into the circumstances of those murders. Madam Deputy Speaker, I want to speak briefly about, firstly, about the economy in which women find themselves, and secondly, about gender, about the politics of gender. We've heard about how behind every great woman is a great man. I'm proud to stand behind so many great women on our bench today, and opposite so many great women as well. And, Madam Deputy Speaker, I'm the son and the grandson of full-time working women who are obviously also mothers, and very good mothers, I emphasise. And I spent 10 years. I spent 10 years working with my wife for the charity that we founded together, working in prisons, working in Holloway Prison, before it was thankfully sold off, disbanded, closed down. And I'm very glad that my children have such role models in their mother, grandmother and great-grandmother. And I echo the point made by the Honourable Member for Bristol South a moment ago about the way that opportunities have opened up for girls and young women in our time. Of course, women have all the legal rights that they need, and increasingly they have that equality is becoming a reality. But there is so much more to be done, as we've been hearing this afternoon. And perhaps just as worrying, the idea that women can have it all often just means that women must do it all, must continue to do all the work they were doing before. And this presents also very difficult choices, and not just for women. I also made the costume for my daughter's World Book Day, but I advised my honourable friend just use cardboard boxes. That's what I did. It's so much simpler than sewing them together. My daughter wanted to go as the boy in the tower, which is a lot easier a very easy costume to put together. I do recommend it. So we need a more balanced economy, is my simple policy point. We need work to be closer to home. We need men and women to be able to mix the work they do for pay in the commercial economy with work they do with children and with their elderly parents, and work in the community. This will be better for everyone, for children, for older people, for our neighbours and for ourselves. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, on to the difficult topic. I regret the suggestion that's been made on benches opposite today that International Women's Day is somehow not a moment in which it's appropriate to discuss what actually a woman is. I wish this wasn't a controversial topic, but the fact is that it is, and surely this is a time and a place in which that topic can be discussed. I noticed today that the leader of the Scottish Government has announced an official apology to the victims of the Witches Act, for the victims of the hunt against witches back in the early modern period in Scotland. I hope she would also extend some sympathy to the victims of today's witch hunts. Women, mostly women, but also men, who are vilified, cancelled, professionally destroyed, physically threatened for their beliefs. People who simply believe in the biological difference between men and women. And I pay particular tribute to the Honourable Member for Canterbury, the Honourable Member for Edinburgh South West, for their courage in this topic. And I call attention to the interim report from Dr. Hilary Cass, which is just out, which highlights the vertiginous increase in young girls, teenage girls presenting as trans. And I'm afraid I don't believe that we have suddenly discovered a whole new population of trans people who were repressed or denied before. I fear that we are, by telling people that they can change sex, we are further confusing a lot of very confused young people at the most confusing time of their life. And I'm also concerned, just as great a concern, is the biological males deciding in adulthood that they want access to women-only spaces. And I echo the points made by my honourable friends for Harwich and North Essex and Thurrock on this topic. I hope there is some value in a man saying this. I think that trans activism is a new form of misogyny. It involves the essential denial of reality. And I think we need a legal definition of what a woman is. A woman is an adult female. This is a biological and immutable reality, and it's time to recognise this in the law. Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.
Joanna Cherry.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and I'm very pleased to follow the honourable member for Devizes. There's many things about which we disagree, but there are some things about which we agree, and I thank him for his kind comments. Can I also congratulate